Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos Sports Hub. For all the updates and analysis.
The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
The goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season.
A bit of uncertainty in the box.
Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
The goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season.
A bit of uncertainty in the box.
Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Yes, welcome to Sports Hub on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 130.1 FM. Oluwatomi Owoborode is here with you. I told you earlier on the show when I was about to wrap up that yes, I'll be back on Sports Hub this afternoon. It's been a while. I know, I'm guilty. It's been a while, but yes, we are all in this country together. I understand how it feels. But today you have me. You have the full dose of me. You always have me during the week on Sports in the Jiffy for 20-25 minutes. But today I'm fully loaded for you for 1 hour. And yes, you already know that it is the biggest sporting games, the biggest sporting event in the world is happening in Paris at the moment. It is the Olympic Games 2024. And yes, they're going to be breaking down everything that's happening in that particular games concerning Nigerian athletes, whatever is happening in the camp that is not making Nigerian athletes to succeed at the point in time. Before today, or let me say before yesterday, that in the men's shot put category, we just had someone qualified for the final. And today, glory be to God, we have 2 qualifiers in the men's 100 meters. So we'll talk about that and talk about how the preparation of Nigerian athletes towards the games and how they've not actually lived to people's expectation. Talking about table tennis, badminton, swimming, we see boxing as well, and a lot more. And so in football as well, you already know that all our hopes were the Super Falcons. Were saying, yes, this ones, they never disappoint us like their male counterparts. We talk about the Super Eagles. But unfortunately, after 16 long years at the Olympic Games representing Nigeria, they did well. They scored just 1 goal, actually. Yes, I said they did well because someone just looked up at me and said, yeah, what did they do? They did well because they held down the world champions of Spain. They held them down for 85 minutes before, unfortunately, that free kick entered and slipped past our unstoppable, undefeated Chiamaka Nnadozie. Very, very sad word with that. We'll break down that as well because we have a lot of things to do. And yes, we are happy that Morocco and Egypt are representing the African contingent at the Olympics this year. 2 northern Africans in that one, they are part of the top best 4 in the competition. We have a lot to talk about. Speaking about transfer rumors, transfer windows, it's 2 weeks before the season begins, and we cannot wait for it to start for us to talk about everything going on in the world of sports. This is Sport Hub on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. So yes, you can contribute by calling us on 0700 1021 1021, or you just send us a text message or a WhatsApp message on 0907 224 5018. Yeah, so quickly, let me take you through, or let's begin with the Nigerian Super Falcons. I have with me a sports analyst, is Emmanuel. Please, can you remind me about your surname again?
I think we can just leave this.
No, we cannot leave it. We cannot.
Just go by,
we cannot leave it.
Then we proceed.
We definitely will not leave it. You have to say it. Say
it. Maybe I can just dash you that name at the end of the show. But
no,
basically, I'll just say Emmanuel Olonade, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Great, it's a pleasure to have you here with me. It's going to be fantastic because we're going to be analyzing a lot of things today. We have a lot of, despite the fact that there's no club football at the moment, but there's a lot of things going on in sports. Speaking about the world, the most anticipated sporting event in the world every 4 years, which is the Olympics happening in France, in Paris to be specific. So let's start with our Nigerian athletes. They started with the opening ceremony. We saw how heavily grounded they were. Before that, they went to their training in Germany, and everyone said, Nigerians are getting prepared. They're going through training or like other Olympics that they don't really train. They just come to the Olympic Games a day before, and now they settle in to start participating. But this time around, they did amazingly to camp them in Germany. And I said it on Sports of, like, before the game started. I said they should hold me responsible that this year is going to be one of our best outings, like in 1996, where we had a lot of medals in that particular event. But yeah, we started very, very bad, very poorly. We had hopes on Haruna Kodri that we even go or move on to the next round. But unfortunately, we lost him in the first round. We lost Omotayo Olajide as well in the first. We lost F Young as well. We lost Fatima Bello as well in the table. Everybody was like, it's over. The next game we had, badminton, we lost in the first round. Boxing, we lost in the first round. That's for Olari Olaisom. The only woman that was representing the boxing, she was suspended. She was disqualified because of doping and everything. And Nigerians are so frustrated that the next time they see Nigerian athletes participate is a loss.
Well, basically for me, in all the sports you've mentioned, I haven't been looking out for a medal because for me, I wasn't even expecting the great Aruna Kodri. That's when I call him great, I mean African Nigerian scene, and also he has paid his dues somehow.
Yes.
But basically, when you look at it, when you play against the Asian countries, when it comes to game of tennis, because that's why they name it ping pong, you have to be better than them. And
Yes.
I know when he was when he got his opponent, he was actually leading there before he lost it, and it was quite a very bad loss for him.
But his opponent wasn't an Asian person. He was a 19-year-old Romanian.
No. What I was saying for Aruna Kodri is, it's not about even being Asia. You spoke about medal, and I'm saying that I wasn't even expecting him to get a medal.
No, we're
But-
expecting him
but
to move over to the next round.
Everybody were expecting that, but it happens. This is sports.
Yes,
This
definitely,
is sports.
definitely.
The energy of a 19-year-old can compare to the experience
But
of
I
Aruna
think
Kodri.
they always say that the experience counts. Why did they say that if an elder sits down and a child climbs up to a skyscraper, they will not see what the elder is sitting?
Those are the elders in the olden days.
Oh wow!
The current elders now, sometimes you might see more than they do. But basically, for Aruna Kodri and our tennis player, I think they need to up their game when it comes to national tournaments.
Definitely.
Because we've seen too close not to be close for them most of the time.
Yes, yes.
For Aruna Kodri, we're not expecting him to go out
Go
this
out in
time.
first round, yes.
From Omotayo, same thing.
Yes,
but
very,
they
very,
are out.
very
That's why they call
disappointing.
it the Olympics. There
Yes.
are people who are more prepared mentally, are more prepared with their resources because they know it's every 4 years, and the form you are on this year, you might not be on it in the next 4 years. So
Definitely.
you have to make the good use
Of your moment.
of the moment
Yes.
and enjoy it and
Yes.
try to make something out of it.
Yes.
I think this is something that Nigeria athletes need to learn. We also saw Opeoluwa, the team captain,
Yes.
losing out in
very disappointing.
badminton. Disappointing loss. Boxing athlete was suspended. Favor Ofili that has had a very good year in the 100 meters race. This year.
Favor's case is very, very, very dicey.
Because I'm quite angry on behalf of Favor.
I am
myself.
very livid. I am very livid.
4 years ago, she wasn't allowed to compete.
Yes.
Based on the fact that someone
Same thing.
someone in the AFN
Failed to do his or her duty.
Didn't submit their test results, and
It's the person's duty.
not only submitting their test results. The AFN officials went to Tokyo to fight for Samsung phones
Yes.
that were meant for the athletes. So basically, it's quite a crazy stuff
is.
when you look at it with the Nigerian contingent. But I'm still having hopes that track and field that we know how to do well.
Yes.
Our hopes should be on someone like Tobiloba Amuson. We
Yes,
should hope that
obviously.
she hits top gear. Don't forget, we have Ese Brume,
Yes, we do.
who
She's
saved
always a medal contender.
who saved us the last time, not put us to shame.
Yes.
And I'm also looking at Koinsola Ajayi,
Yes.
10.02
Yes.
this morning. That is a good one. I'm
A
hoping
very
that
fantastic one.
he can run a sub 10.
Top tens, yes, he can do that.
in the
Definitely,
semi-finals.
definitely.
Also for Favor Ashe, who miraculously made it to the semi-finals,
Yes.
but has been put in a very tough group. I hope he can also replicate his season best, which is 9.98, and get to the finals. And for Rosemary Chukwu, Rosemary will be on parade this evening again. Let's
Yes.
hope that she can also run her season best because she has also
Only 10.8.
yeah. So I'm expecting them to put in their best
Yes.
at this phase.
Yes.
4x400 meter mixed relay team lost out yesterday.
The
question I have for them is, what is a patient Okun George doing
That's
there?
my same question. That's the same question I have.
Because
You have Esther Joseph sitting down in Paris. You have Omolara Ogumakinju sitting down there. What are they doing there?
So basically, there has been an accusation on the NOC, and I'm waiting for the sports minister who has spoken tough to act on it, because I'm learning they had about 8 billion naira as budget for the Olympics, and we are having athletes who are injured parading themselves at the Olympic to do what? So to collect extra codes or what? So basically, these are the things that actually makes me sad for Nigerian sports in general. Most of these athletes we are seeing, for example, Koinsola Ajayi left the shores of this country this year, January, went on scholarship to a university in the US, and look at what he's putting out today. 10.02
shocking the defending champion.
To win his heat, and the defending champion was in that to settle for second.
Yes.
To win his heat and advance to the semi-finals. That was a boy that left, the Korodu boy that left the shores of Nigeria this year. So when you look at the talent we have in the country and you look at the mismanagement of talent, talking about administrative mismanagement, because looking at how Favour Ofili's name, Favour has been so focused on the 100-meter race this year.
No, the thing
she has run
about
9 races in the 100 meters, trying to qualify for the Olympics. She got it. She did well at NACA Championship, and now someone sitting somewhere collecting extra codes from Nigeria taxpayers' money missed out on imputing her name for the 100-meter race, which is quite dashing someone's hope. It is. Because basically you look at the development of this athlete, do you even contribute to it? Now, I don't blame athletes that are running for other countries, because at this point in time, you look at how they can kill your career. Look at Favour. 4 years ago, she wasn't able to
participate.
This
but
year
she still chose to run for Nigeria.
This year again, she only has the 4x100 meter and the 200 meters.
The thing is,
basically, it's quite. I don't want to use the word crazy.
The thing is, why is it even more painful for Favour is the fact that I follow Favour. I follow all Nigerian athletes. I follow them very, very well. I'm so obsessed with them because I want to see how well they do. And Favour is someone that is very tactical in 200 meters is her strongest suit, but this season she has stepped up to say that I am good in 200 meters doesn't mean that I will not be good in 100 meters, and she has worked her butt out to actually qualify for the 100 meters. This lady went through different competitions this same season, beating tough stacked teams, tough stacked lineup in those competitions to edge out, because she wants to make a name for herself in that particular 100 meters. And going to the Olympics, her name wasn't written, her name wasn't registered, and you're saying someone would not go down for it. What you have one duty, because I think that person has just one duty. Your duty is to submit these names. Okay, the AFN has given you this name because they will give it from AFN to the NOC, because it's the NOC that will give it to the Olympic body, the IOCs, because that's the people that they recognize. So are they saying that is in between AFN and NOC? That is where the wahala is. That is where the problem is. No. So somebody or people need to answer for it.
AFN clarified the fact that they submitted the name, so now it's left with the NOC, and I'm waiting for the minister to sanction the NOC. Someone must lose his or her job for this.
Definitely.
Enough of this national embarrassment coming from people who begged. The funniest thing with these people is they are not appointed. They are elected because there's always an election into this body.
Yes.
So they beg to serve. And then when you get there, instead of serving, you are more concerned about the financial stuffs there. So basically...
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, okay.
Hello, are you here?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, please. What's your name?
Is it 102.5 FM?
This is 102.1 FM, High Impact 102.1 FM, and you're listening to a Sports Hub. We're having conversations on Nigerian athletes at the Paris Olympics 2024. So in case you do not know that the biggest and most anticipated sporting event in the world that has 10,500 athletes in that particular arena is happening right now, and the Nigerian athletes are also there contesting for a place on a podium. And we've been having this discussion with me. I have my analyst with me as well, Emmanuel, because yes, I'm not going to be pronouncing his surname right now. So yeah, speaking about preparations for Nigerian athletes, they were camped in Germany because, for training and everything. And we made history. 3 Nigerian discus women going into the Olympics. We agree. The 3 of them cannot qualify. We take it. Don't worry, no lele, because we think we're not good enough. But okay, what happened if 2 person cannot qualify out of 3? What happened if 1 person cannot qualify out of 3? It's understandable that these are, because these people sometimes they actually sponsor themselves. Not sometimes, they sponsor themselves. They don't have sponsors, yes. They sponsor themselves to go for competitions. The country doesn't assist in one way or the other, but because of the love and the passion and the determination they have to represent their country is why they are represented. I'm talking about Sisi Oyekwere, I'm talking about Anumba, I'm talking about Obiageri and Mechi that represented us yesterday evening at the qualification for the women discourse. They did amazing. So it's only Sisi that passed 60. She had 60.49 meters. She threw 60.49, while the rest threw 50 meters. So what do you think happened in that scenario? Because we saw 3 where I was excited. Personally, I was like, okay, 3. If not, we'll be the last. We'll take the last spot. We'll take the 12th position in that situation. But what happened? Will you say that the preparation wasn't enough? Will you say that because other countries are prepared, obviously. Would you say that they were not? The pressure was mounting on them too much, because this is the first time Anumba and Obiageri will be qualifying for making their Olympics debut, and Sisi, this is the second time she's going.
It's not about the pressure. It's about being on the world stage. When you get to the world stage, you are meeting.
There's a pressure.
You are meeting the best of the best.
There will definitely be pressure.
The best of the best comes with your ability to match them, because some, when it comes to talent, they are far better than you.
Definitely.
Some, when it comes to training and discipline, they are far better than you. So it's not less for you to look at yourself, look at your disadvantage and try to make it an advantage for yourself. So basically what we have is they are performing well on the African continent.
Yes.
But this is a world stage where the best of the best comes around. So that is where currently their ability can push them. I'm not talking bad on those girls.
I understand
because they've tried.
I understand. They did amazing.
Looking at the, what was it called? The 2 group qualifying and all. 15, 16, we followed each other, but just a shame that we can't proceed to the finals. So that's just it for them. They've done their best.
They fought well.
And they've given their best. A good experience for the 2 girls who are just
Anumba
making their debut
Obiageri
at the Olympics. So they still have 4 years to improve. See,
they do.
It comes with experience.
It comes with it.
The more you throw, the better you get.
Yes.
So for them, another 4 years is coming. Another 2 years is coming. There's always going to be tournaments.
Yes.
They need to just keep upping their game, get good trainers, and then
try to look for sponsors if they can, because this
competitions. And that's how you get better. So basically, for them, and also for additional, Temitope Adesina, high jumper, the first high jumper we'll be having since 2016.
She did great.
She did great. So basically, for some of them, we know they were going to get their experience. They're going to get experience. But for some, we're expecting them to do it.
Yes.
For example, Fefa Ashe and Konsola Jai, it is their first Olympics.
Yes, their debuts.
Konsola is just coming to the limelight when someone that left the shores of Nigeria January. So basically, even if he gets to the final and he doesn't get anything, I'm going to forgive him, because even get to the semi-finals and the time is putting
qualifying like this.
The time is putting
that is
out.
A shocker.
The last time we had someone of this nature was Tokyo Enoch
and Adegoke. Yes.
And injury stopped him.
Yes.
We had Divine Oduduru.
Yes.
I never expected it. So we had him also. So we've had talents that had just shown glimpse and then they went away. So we are hoping that these young ones coming to their first Olympics, coming to their first major international tournament, will not just show us glimpse, but they would stay and we can call on them in the next 4 years. The problem with our athlete is longevity.
Yes.
You look at athletes that have done us well and won medal. Look at Tobiloba Amuson. Even before she had the record, she had been on the verge.
She has been consistent. She has been fourth.
Doha World Championship, fourth.
Tokyo, fourth.
So
she's always been fourth.
So basically, she has been on that edge. Just look at her. If when she was fourth, she had faded away. What will have happened?
She has given up.
So basically, it's not even about giving up. I don't know what do catch up with our athletes that just get to a stage. They have like 1 to 2 years life cycle. I feel for athletes like Favor. That's why I'm sad for Favor Ofili. She has maintained it.
I feel like sometimes these athletes come to limelight when they're a bit older, but now they were having younger athletes that
a bit older. How old was Enoch?
How old was he?
Enoch said he was 18. He should be 24 now. If you look at Enoch's age.
So what happened? When did we know Enoch? When did Enoch start? When did it wasn't now at Tokyo that people recognized him? I have known Enoch earlier.
No,
That's the thing. Like,
don't
you know,
talk about
when
where
you know Favor,
don't talk
you know
about-
Favor under 20.
Don't talk about you this about just leave it. No, that's what I'm saying.
Is the fact that, you know, when people start knowing them is because they've grown through spaces or spans in their
Yeah.
career, but people didn't recognize them. But when people start recognizing them, probably when they're getting older, that's the thing. But Favor of Philly, you see you see Ashe, you see Koinsola, you see Udodi, you see August Samuel, you see they are very young. Nathaniel,
Jelly. Yeah, sure.
you see these ones are young, and I feel like, and they are in the NCAAs. They are always competing. You cannot go to the United States and you will not compete.
Basically, what I'm saying is
Week
that,
in, week out.
They should be careful and not follow the trajectory of recent athletes in
I
Nigeria.
don't think they would do that.
Who know their lifespan. Just imagine that athletes that we take to an Olympic competition, especially our track athletes, are taking them to an Olympic competition, and then next 4 years, you look at the overall list,
You're
there
not
are
seeing
new
anybody.
athletes coming
Yes.
in. So you can't win a medal because you look at countries coming in, it's experience. You have an athlete that has done 3 Olympics, and you come to your first Olympics, you want to compete with.
But wait,
that's taking the pressure.
wait. We are talking about first Olympics. You know that the United States, you see the likes of Richardson, Sharika. This is her first
This is their
Olympics.
first Olympics.
So what are you saying?
But they've been to World Championship.
They've been to World Championship. She will have been at the Olympics in 2020, by the way, but she didn't qualify. So it's not like it's not like
basically-
these people or these Nigerian athletes aren't competing.
No,
I feel like
exposure.
yeah, that's what we say. That's what you will say. It's not like they're not competing. They are not exposed. And we see the likes of Favor, we see the likes of Udodi, we see the likes of Nathaniel, we see the likes of Ashe, we see like of Koinsola, that they're not exposed. They're competing week in, week out. There's not how you not try to improve. You're seeing other athletes going under 10, under sub 10s, if they also go sub 9, they can go sub 44 in the 400 meters. They're going sub 21 in the 200 meters. And you're saying, I will remain like this. If I don't up my game, my scholarship will be revoked. I know Nigerians are going to. They need to do that.
No. Basically, we have to thank NCAA for helping us with our athletes, because that's the training ground for most of our athletes right now.
Not even only our athletes. No, European athletes too, and the US. So it's not
basically we have athletes in Germany also. Likes of Enoch right now is in Germany. I think Ishekiri also should be in Germany also. We have these institutions that has helped our athletes,
Yes.
and the problem is we don't have it back home here, because when you look at Nigeria, I keep saying there is abundance of talent,
Yes.
but we don't maximize talent here, and the little ones that we even try to get to the spotlight, their ability is not maximized fully. They are not. They don't reach their full potentials because of human factor. Look at Favor of Philly, administrative factor. I'm still waiting
Very
for
painful.
the minister
Same
that
here.
has spoken tough.
Same here, because she still talked yesterday. She spoke yesterday.
Yeah, and quick one before we leave the
Please.
Olympics.
Track and field.
The Super Falcons, I want to talk about them.
Please
They
do
did
that.
well at the World Cup. We're expecting them to do better here. But one thing I've seen with the team is, I think, discipline. We had the likes of Onome, Ebi, Rita, who actually instilled discipline in that team. But for me, I feel what actually killed those girls was not the absence of talent, but discipline. Because you look at even the goals that were conceded, it was basically down to discipline. And I won't just there are some players that are giving their best to us. We've seen their best, but I feel like it's time for them to actually stay on the bench, encourage the young talents coming in, or even leave the stage while the ovation is the loudest. It took a while for some of us to start speaking for a player like Francisca Odega to even leave the stage, because she kept getting invited, taking a slot when we had younger players who could actually come in. But basically, I don't want to mention names here, but I think in future I will still mention names. That there are some players that actually need to leave the stage. I was quite impressed with Deborah Abiodun.
Yeah, beautiful play.
What a performer. I feel sometimes when she's playing, I look at that and I feel like if Super Eagles themselves do have a player that can control midfield like this, and you can see how even legend Mata has ever to even give her all because of that kind of performance. She came in to actually displaced Alimatu Ayinde, who was actually performing really well. So these are the kind of competition, and you look at that position in the Super Falcons,
Yes.
it has been highly competitive.
Yes, very,
so
very.
we have to look at our forward line. I think one of the things that killed us is that forward line.
Very, 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 very important. Very important. The first game was the most painful because
Ufoma Onumonu.
Rashidat had done all the work for you. Why are you not following her?
And then
she
we-
go rush, she won't score again. What do you
And then look at the performance of Agbabola.
Yes.
I
please.
think Agbabola did not even do anything.
she
at the
not
Olympics.
she not Agba in that place though.
And
She
I
was
keep,
not
and I
Agba
keep
there.
saying it. Time is going.
Time is going.
Let's have the younger ones come learn
Yes,
from
from
those who had
Agbabolas.
actually succeeded and do it. Do you know one thing? When I saw Demeni at the Under-20 World Cup,
Yes.
I told someone, I said, this girl is going straight to the Falcons and she's going to be the replacement for Onome Ebi.
Yes.
And
She
look
did
at
beautiful.
Look at the performance.
She did amazing. I am so when I was watching, I was like,
One on one.
I want this girl to that's waiting now. Waiting to happen.
No, even if you look at her Under-20, she
Yes.
had the potential.
Yes, she did.
And look at what she's turning out right
She's
now.
doing well.
So basically, I think there are some players we need to find a replacement for.
and on time.
We need to do it on time because
We need to
I
do it on
don't see
time.
someone like Onumonu replacing Jibade. I just don't let me mention names. I don't want to go that late.
Please. So lastly, before we wrap up the Olympics, we might still come back, but let's wrap up with the Tigers. The Tigers shocked the world, shocked everybody, being underdogs in that particular group, and saying that everybody would chop 3 points from them, and try to survive and try to move on to try to get 3 points from the other ones. But yes, the Tigers came up against Australia, world number 3, to say that we are here from Africa. We are not going anywhere. We are the African champions. People underrated us too at the African Afro basket. But yeah, we stepped up with our new coach, Rena Wakama, doing amazingly for the Tigers. I see her on the touchline. She's always animated. You are not passing the ball. You're holding the ball too much, and that's what made us. That's what killed the game in the second game against France. They were holding the ball too much, and the turnovers were blistering. It was blistering. It was blistering that I felt that the host, because we were playing against the host, they were pressured. And I feel like Rena really tried. She did her best. But she cannot go on the court and be playing it. It's not possible. But she did amazingly well, and I'm so proud of the girls. We hope that Sunday, tomorrow's against Canada, we can actually do amazing. So what do you think about the performance?
Well, for the Tigers, the first game was spot on.
It was.
We didn't expect that, but what actually helped them a lot in that first game was their 3-pointers.
3-pointers.
Yeah, the 3-pointers was just it for them. But in the second game, sometimes you can be a victim of your own performance. And I think for them, they were a victim of their performance because sometimes you perform so well that you get overconfident, and that's where we started having those turnovers and those delaying, holding on to balls for so long, because maybe they felt they were on top of the world, but they should know that they only won a battle. The war is still there.
Yes,
so
still
basically,
coming.
so I believe, as the coach has said, that they will go back. That that was below their standard. That they didn't play according to their own plans.
Yes, it was very obvious.
Yeah, I just want to tell them, don't let the victory you had get in your head.
First game has gone.
Yeah, so you have to focus. There are teams that lose their first 2 games and then
so
they still go on to
make
win a medal.
Exactly.
So basically, you can win your first. It's not about how well you start. You started well.
It's how where you finish.
It's how where you finish. So for them, they should keep that at the back of their mind and put on a good performance. Basically, we know the federation has not helped you. I will keep it in at the federation. I don't care about them.
The Nigerian Basketball Federation is another story for another day.
They are just like, okay, let me use an analogy.
It's another story for
but
another
basically,
day.
they've not helped you.
No.
But you should look out there for the millions of Nigerians who have a dream of playing basketball professionally and are looking up to you. Winning a medal can actually propel someone else to have a dream and to be a success. So for them, they should look at it that they are not carrying the burden of some charlatans who don't know what to do, but they are carrying the burdens of Nigerians.
More than 200 million.
So basically, people. I'm tipping them on Sunday to actually deal with Canada.
Same here.
And
same here, obviously.
Let's see how it goes. But I have high hopes in those girls.
Yes, exactly. I also do. They play amazingly well. I just feel like it got to them, and now they need to settle down.
Especially the third and fourth quarter against France was nothing
it was nothing to write home about. I just hope that they settle down and relax and know that it is a do or do. Is it that you do it or you don't do it?
Yeah.
Is it that you get it right or you don't get it right? If you lose this game, well, no, we don't want best third place. We want to win. We want to qualify automatically. We don't want them to start saying if someone wins this, someone wins, then we call. No, we don't want that. We want to win it and win it hands
We
down.
are calculating the economy already. We can't
Right,
be calculating sport.
right. We cannot.
Yeah,
We are too stressed
yeah,
for
we are
that.
too stressed.
Speaking
Yeah.
about people that are looking up to them, I'm going to wrap up with. You see the under 18. Would I call them the? They call Falconets. You see, we have Falconets. What would they call them? We call them under 18 young the Tigress. They stormed. They thrashed. They surprised. They shocked everyone with the scoreline. We know that they were going to defeat Liberia, but we didn't expect 99. Is it the United States that is playing against?
No, they had a training.
Obviously, these girls were well trained. They were prepared.
No, they had a training against what's their name?
They were prepared now.
No, they had a training in their game against Liberia. That was just it. It was just a training.
Oh, wow.
A training match.
Oh
It
wow!
was a training match basically.
Oh wow!
Because
99.
it's the game of basketball. So why would someone have 90 and then you have 9? Even if when Nigeria was bad at basketball and we played the United States, they can't give us 99.
No, it's not possible. They better just go back to where they are coming from. Who do you want to disgrace like that?
but I would encourage the young Liberians
Yes.
that getting
They can do
beaten
better
99
by
is
Nigeria.
not the end of
It's not
life.
the end of the world.
Basically, you can come back in the next 4 years and still beat the same set of people.
99.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
It's just, but for them, I think it was just a training match.
It would definitely. Yes, spots up here on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. And we'll be talking about Nigerian athletes at the Paris Olympics 2024. If you don't know what is happening in France right now, it is the most anticipated sporting event in the world every 4 years. And let's move over to tennis. Yes, the world of tennis. We see Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz again at the tennis singles, the finals. Is it the Wimbledon saying that? Well, let's go back and watch another Wimbledon final. Yeah, you people did that one for your own, but everybody knows that. But this time around, that everybody is watching the Olympics, let's have another Wimbledon final. And yes, it is the oldie, the experienced versus the young star. That is Carlos Alcaraz. So what do you see about it? Are you expecting? Definitely, I'm expecting a blistering Olympic singles men tennis finals from Djokovic, and because these men are on top of their game, they are here to win it. They are winning or nothing. I don't know if you watch any of their matches, but yeah, they are here to win it. Djokovic is like, if I don't win this Olympics, I know that I'm not going to play another one again. Let me just win it and go. And Alcaraz is saying, let me win this one too. I don't want to know if I will qualify again, but I want to win this. I want to win this. It was very, very, very amazing watching these two qualify for the finals and seeing them going to play together head on tomorrow at the finals. What do you expect from this?
I think for Djokovic in the semi-finals, where he defeated Musetti, and I looked at Alcaraz, I was like, wow, Djokovic will be wondering why is Carlos Alcaraz after my life at this particular
right
moment? Because like I'm leaving the stage and I have
just leave
to,
me with swap
let me just leave the stage and you can take over. But this particular moment that you just want to be after me, I think it's going to be a tough one. But for Djokovic, I believe he has what it takes because for him, he knows that a lot is at stake and which is going to actually give birth to him having an Olympic medal, which is actually a pride for everyone. But don't forget that Alcaraz is also seated second now in the world of tennis, which it's going to be like a tough one. It's third. I think this is his third major finals in about 2 months or so. So he won the French Open, he won the Wimbledon Open. And I think for Djokovic, he has a lot to do stopping the 21-year-old from winning his third major finals in about 2 months. Because basically now, he has the speed, he has his body going for him. This is what it comes with age. Djokovic also did it to some players when he was much faster. And
definitely.
So now, he has to watch the young man and look out for how you can beat him. French Open, Wimbledon Open, and now Olympics final. A lot is going right for the second seed Spanish player. So for Djokovic, he needs to be at his best. He needs to maybe bring back the old Djokovic.
Yes, if he wants to be.
Yeah, so he needs to bring back the old Djokovic because you even look at the way Djokovic has won Musetti in at the semi-finals. It was I think 6-4, 6-2. Yeah, so basically, and you look at the way Alcaraz won
6-1,
6-1, and not against no other person
Yes.
than what's his name, Alisime, what's
Yes,
his name.
yes,
So
the Canadian.
basically, it's
Felix.
going to. It's not that he won; he trashed.
Yes, he
because at
trashed him.
6-1.
It was like, I'm not here to joke.
Because
Next
basically,
one.
when it gets to the semi-finals, we are used to seeing maybe 6-4.
Yes.
Uh,
It's always going. It's always
yeah.
extending to 4 rounds.
But basically 6-1. Just like
That's all.
let's get this done.
Let's
with.
get it done. Next
And
round,
then-
please.
And then just go. So basically, Djokovic has to be at his best.
He has to be.
has to just try to fight it hard and maybe just take this Olympic medal and tell Alcaraz that he should chill.
For next
It's going
next
to be
4 years.
25 at the next Olympics.
Okay,
and he
now.
can be the world number one. then.
Okay. Yeah, you know that. This actually, French Open that Alcaraz won. He won it in Paris.
Yep.
So this is Alcaraz saying that, Oga, I don't
I'm
win
back.
this one this year.
I'm
Oh,
back.
for this same place, I go still win them again. And Alcaraz actually won against Djokovic. That's the Wimbledon final.
Yep.
How many times they've been playing back to back together? But Djokovic has always been on top of the game, and Alcaraz won against him at the Wimbledon final. And is it God saying that you can beat him again, or is it God saying,
No,
Djokovic,
the confidence
this is your time to
the-
smile?
The confidence is there for Alcaraz
Obviously,
because
he's on form. He's a man on form.
two finals in 2 months and winning the two, and now he's about to add the third final in about 2 months, and he has defeated not quite long defeated Djokovic. So
Yes.
now the momentum, everything is going right for him. So
Yes.
I feel for Djokovic right now, he needs to just bring back the old mojo and find a way to do something.
Amazing.
The stakes are high. The competition is here.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
Oh, the goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season.
With a bit of uncertainty in the box.
Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal. Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hub 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on iMpact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sports Hub for all the updates and analysis.
High Impact 102.1 FM.
Yes, you're still listening to Sports Up here on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. Talking about everything sports. We've spoken about the Nigerian athletes at the Paris Olympics. Talked about tennis. The Wimbledon final repeats at the Olympics. Men's singles tennis final tomorrow, Sunday. Let's move over to the football aspect of everything happening, because yes, the football aspect is very important. We have two Africans in the semi-finals. The way Morocco actually trashed them. I met them half of the game and I saw 3 new. I was like, I don't understand. Is it Morocco or is it not Morocco? They did absolutely amazing. They've done amazingly well in this tournament, and they are saying that they are coming behind from the 2022 World Cup to say that we are the first African to get to the semi-finals. Okay, we are back at the international competition and we want to make a name for ourselves, and they've done amazingly well. And they're going to be facing Spain. Going to be facing Spain at the semi-finals, and Egypt, who is our other contingent, is going to be facing the hosts, France, led by the great, the legend, the veteran Thierry Henry. And how do you see France, the host, actually in this tournament so far? Can you just rate them on over 10? Can you rate how they've been performing in this tournament, their men and their women?
I think for the French national team, for the French Olympic team,
yes.
Basically, I think I've enjoyed watching them play, the discipline. And when I saw the squad that was assembled by Thierry Henry, I knew they were in for something because basically you have a certain Alexandre Lacazette bringing experience to the forward line to lead the line. You have a Michael Olise, who ought to even be at the Euros but was dropped for a reason not to Didier Deschamps.
Yes.
So basically, I think the French, they have a very strong team at the Olympics. And also for the Spanish team, they also have a very strong team at the Olympics.
Very strong one.
For Egypt, what I would say is Eleni has been able to provide leadership for that team because I've seen their games and the way they've carried themselves. It's all about leadership, all about discipline. That's why I say it gets to a stage as an athlete, discipline has to just take priority.
Definitely.
And you look at the Moroccans since they started with Argentina, I knew they were in for a good one. So basically, the tough fixture for me is going to be Spain, Morocco.
Yes, definitely.
How is it going to go? I don't even know. I can't even decide.
I was just asking now. Who are you seeing in the finals? Who are you seeing in the finals?
A part of me wants Morocco to be in the final, but I'm quite afraid. But they have to up their game. If they put in the kind of performance they did against United States, the kind of performance I saw in their first game against Argentina, I think they would definitely be in the final, and they would secure a medal by. Just anybody that wins secures a medal already. So basically, they will secure a medal for their country. But let's see how it goes. Maybe they would, the god of football will smile on them, and they might have a good medal.
Hopefully, they have a good medal run in the football, in men's football. You see, this is against Europe and Africa. It is 2 European countries and 2 African countries. Who's going to step it up? We're going to have all African final. We're going to have all European final. Let's see how it's going to turn out. Yeah, speaking about, let me now move to the clubs. Let's go. Because we are talking about football now. Let me move to the clubs. Out of we've been having buys, transfers. Everything has been happening over the course, and we have 2 weeks before the season begins. Are you seeing? Or let me ask you this question: who is your best transfer so far? Who would you say is the club that has gotten the best transfer so far? Like you say, so this club can actually get this player. Who is that club, and who is that person for the club?
I think for me, I would just take Arsenal because I wasn't expecting them to actually pick a Caliafuri that's much easy when other clubs were interested. So basically for Arsenal, and they've gotten him for a good fee. And you look at his statistics, I'm quite jealous because he ranks like really high. Borgona defense last season, he was the top scorer in the defense line. You look at number of interceptions, he was the best. You look at clearance, you look at area drills won, he was like just the best, one of the best defenders out of Italy. So for them to be getting him at that price when a certain Manchester United is paying how much for another defender shows that they've gotten a good buy. So basically, I think Arsenal, they've gotten one of the best buy of the season, and they are about to get the second one. Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. So basically, also for about a few less than 30. And I think Fulham also did a coup by getting Miro from basically from Arsenal. And for Juventus, another transfer that I'm talking about is Thiago Motta to them as the manager. So basically, that's also. I don't know why people are finishing off Borgona in the Serie A. So because basically they are going to Europe and they're taking their manager, they are taking their players. And here's Roma getting the top scorer in the Spanish La Liga.
That was actually very beautiful.
How did it happen? I don't know. Barcelona fans might want me to talk about Daniel Olmo getting down there, but the fee is much 55. I beg, and the lot of add-ons you are putting in there is quite much. But Manchester United might actually be the winner if they are able to get the 2 players they are chasing from Bayern Munich at a very good price and give them a good deal. So basically, the window is still open, but for now, I think some clubs are winning. And maybe a club that will get Victor Osimhen in the Premier League might also be one of the winners of this transfer window. And
so speaking about Victor, that's my next question. Speaking about Victor, who Oh, do you know Victor has been in the news? He's always in the news now because
it's not
because
it's not in Conte's plan.
because
And when you're not in Conte's
he's
plan,
not. Where's
you're not
Abi?
playing.
Exactly. If you're not in,
you can ask John Michelovic. You can ask.
please,
We are not-
please
we are not
go out there and take your lesson. And I think he already knows. So and that's why
It's clear with him. He
it
said
is.
they told him from the start that
Yes,
he's going.
he's
so
going.
his plan, his mindset is not with him.
It's not-
That's why
exactly.
I said they should give him Lukaku.
Yes. So now let me ask: which Premier League club do you think would be suited for Victor Osimhen, how he plays and the type of play, the type of way he plays? Which Premier League club are you seeing that? Let's leave sentiment aside. Let's leave sentiment aside. Let's leave the old Nigeria. We want this. Oh no, let's leave it aside and let's now look at Osimhen as a player. That is, let's forget that he's a Nigerian. Look at Osimhen like a player and how he plays. Which Premier League side do you think is suited for him? That if he goes to that Premier League side and club, it will stand out like how he did for Napoli when he actually made them carry the Serie A, the Scudetto after 30 years. Which club is that?
Chelsea.
I said it though, that leave sentiment aside.
Chelsea.
Give me your reason.
Chelsea is a team that Victor Osimhen is a fighter.
Yes.
So he's not a striker.
So you're saying you should go and suffer?
No, it's not a striker.
Because it's a fight that you go and suffer.
Osimhen is not a striker that you put. It's not a striker that you put in the box or you put in your forward line and allow your midfielders to pass the ball around, pass the ball
Yes.
around, and then he's there. He's not that kind of striker.
Oh wait, no,
He's a
wait.
striker that
If you want to say it direct. Don't go through the corners.
He's a
Be
striker.
speaking straight. Let us know who you are talking
He's
to.
a striker that loves the action. I might feel maybe you are thinking I'm talking about Manchester United. But who am I to even talk about Manchester United? Basically, I'm not talking about them.
I'm even talking.
But you feel like-
my mind is even going to is someone else.
Arsenal. I think I was talking about.
It's not even Arsenal. So he
No.
said a player that just stays in the middle to get his ball right. I'm talking about Helen Haaland.
No.
Haaland doesn't work for his border.
Basically, if you were to be going to Manchester City or interested in him, I would have told him like, oh yeah,
Sharp.
because basically you are guaranteed
Sharp,
goals there
sharp, yes.
because you have players who will
Yes,
actually
you are.
just
Help
stay
you,
there.
just stay
you can
there.
have 3 touches in the first half and
Yes,
have 2
and
goals.
go exactly.
Yeah. So, but basically, you know the kind of way Osimhen plays.
Yes.
He's a fighter.
Yes.
He loves getting in the action. Those kind of things. If you look at Osimhen, when the game is calm, he's not always at his best.
No.
It's when
You don't see him.
when there is turbulence, when he's
God.
when he's fighting the defender.
That means saying
or-
that he's used to suffering.
no, I'm not saying it's just suffering. It's just a
Wow.
style of play. So basically, Chelsea will fit him more because he would have a lot of running, a lot of off the ball movements to do there, a lot of actually fighting for 50-50 balls. He tries on that a lot. So he's going to have a lot of that at Chelsea. But again, I would say another club I would look at is Arsenal. If they're actually interested.
Are you sure? I don't think. I think Arsenal would actually. Arsenal will actually suit him too because he has people that will give him that will feed him
he
the
has people
balls.
that would give him the ball. But you know when teams play against Arsenal, they tend to sit deep.
That's true.
That's
It's
the
not
problem.
like Chelsea that don't really have, that type of people, or Manchester United who don't really have that type of people that will actually feed him. You have to work for the ball. If you don't work for the ball, you're not getting your goal.
Because why would you go to Manchester United when he's having
just
low
saying.
budget Michael Jackson? How will you be playing with Anthony? That will
Oh,
be
wow.
dancing on the ball.
Oh wow, this season never starts. People are already throwing shade. The right side of Manchester.
No, I'm not throwing shit. I'm just saying.
He's throwing shade as you guys do.
And I know people
Come correct.
People can watch and they're keeper that will choir master.
Wow, nah. Wait till they talk with that. So, but he has been doing amazing well in the preseason.
Yeah, but I think
if you talk about the preseason,
No, I think we misjudged him in the first season, and I was part of those that said, look at the save ratio of Onana. Look at Onana will play 30 minutes and he's having 12 shots on target against him for what?
Yes.
So basically, the defense was not helping him last season, and I hope that they will fix that. If they fix that,
Hope so. Shebi,
if they fix that.
is it not the player that they just signed that have carried 3 months
I
injury?
think they need to go and collect change from Arsenal, because how will Arsenal send their striker to about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, send their defender out, and basically
Arsenal fans will be listening to you now and be excited.
Okay, don't let me start the ride when the season is started.
Let's talk about another one. Another striker that is likely, is very, very likely to come to the Premier League. This is West Ham, which they've agreed a fee worth 27 million euros to sign German striker, the one that did amazingly well for Germany at the Euros, Niklas Füllkrug from Borussia Dortmund. You see him coming to that West Ham team, you see him coming to Premier League, and how do you see him standing out as a leader? You know, he was a substitute player. It was a good super sub for the German side.
Yeah, but
Euros.
he played well for Dortmund. I saw some of his games.
And he's
last
31,
season.
remember?
Yeah, he played well for them. And if the Premier League is his dream, I was expecting him to stay at Dortmund, but
Yes, same here.
a good fee for 31-year-old coming to the Premier League. West Ham, what are they building? I want to know. Wan-Bissaka, they still have Kudus, they have Gerard Bowen, they have Paqueta, and they are bringing him in also. I don't know what they want to challenge for next season, but I think they are building something really interesting.
They start strong.
there. So let's see how it goes, but is it going to be an instant hit when it comes to the Premier League? The Premier League is quite demanding, but
it is.
we saw Jadon Sancho, who was struggling to adapt in the Premier League, go back and then became the star again. So basically, let's see how it goes. But I believe it's actually a good signing for West Ham if you can get the best out of him.
And speaking about Sancho, that you said now, PSG. What do you see? Do you see the deal actually
I don't see the
coming
deal, I don't see
through?
the deal pulling through because right now Ten Hag wants to use him because
After you
they-
are seeing that he was playing well.
basically wants to use him. I just feel like Ten Hag should just take
down.
a chill pill because
Yes.
some things are not just
Yes.
working in that Manchester United squad, and I think it's part of the problem.
Yes.
You don't bring some players in and try to
stock down when they will do
allow
something.
them to walk in instantly, and
Yes.
and he needs to also get his formation right.
Right.
He's been saying he has not been getting his players. But even these players are not
Yeah,
are not
yeah.
suited to the formation you are using.
Yeah,
So
use
you need
it.
to just get it right. And some managers can be so stubborn.
Yes.
But
Like
I feel for
Ten
him,
Hag.
he's a good manager, but he needs to just get it right. What worked for you at Ajax might not necessarily work for you in the Premier
Manchester,
League.
yes,
Did you
especially.
say it's different from the Premier League?
Very, very different. Very, this one just caught my attention. You know, Arsenal looking at Eddie Nketiah and Marcel, they've actually rejected the fresh bid from Ligue 1 Marcel. Do you think that Arsenal are just lingering and waiting till the transfer window so they keep him again?
No. I think that's not. They've learned how to do business.
Okay.
Because basically.
So
you see them-
are you saying that when Arsene Wenger was there, he didn't know how to be the business? Or he was the best businessman? for
As
Arsenal?
Wenger did a lot of business
Yes,
for
he was
them.
the best one
But
for them.
now they are getting to know how to do business in this current market.
Yes.
During his own time, he did the business with the kind of
Then-
market that was available.
Yes.
But because basically you look at how much Emily Smith Rowe was sold to Fulham, a player that has not actually played a lot of games in the last 2 years, 35 total package, over 10% sell-on clause. And you look at Marcel bringing in 27 for Nketiah and Arsenal insisting on 35. I think they are just trying to push their luck. But Nketiah might leave for an improved offer of around 30 million. Let's see how it goes. But basically, 30 million is good for Nketiah. How many goals did he score last season? Prospect. But we've never seen it reach potential. So maybe he needs to go there and replace another gunner who's going out there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who did well for them last season. So I think for Nketiah, if he goes to Marseille, he's going to actually try very well. So but Arsenal will need to get the right money because they are doing a lot of business in this transfer market. And just know that when he leaves, they will get another striker.
Oh, they will get another striker. Lastly, to wrap up Sports Up today, let's wrap up with this competition. That is the female football, the Olympics female football quarterfinals. We're having United States going against Japan. We're having Spain going against Colombia. We're having Canada going against Germany, and France, the host, going against Brazil. You know, Canada is the defending champions at the Olympics, the Women Olympics, and you see Spain, Colombia is the one I want to talk about because Colombia rather actually qualified as one of the best third place because of they won just one of their matches. But Spain, they've been on form. They've just conceded one goal throughout the tournament, one single goal. And talking about the likes of Caicedo for Colombia. For Colombia, is it Ecuador, whatever. And the star girl for Spain is Paraluelo. That lady is on top of her game. She's brilliant this season. What do you see about that particular match, Spain Colombia?
I think Colombia should just take a look at the Super Falcons game against Spain.
Yes.
Learn one or two lessons.
Yes.
We were not able to finish off game.
Yes.
As that's one-on-one chance losing the ball. Ajibade one-on-one losing
You're
the ball.
reminding us.
So basically, they should just take a clip from that, and they should be more clinical in front of goals. And any Spanish team you are playing against, just sit deep.
Yes, and you should utilize your chances. If you don't,
sit deep, have one or two, and just kill the game. What happened? So I think for Colombia, if they can play a fast one on Spain, definitely they will get it. But for USA, Japan, the match is currently ongoing. First half, 0-0 it is.
0-0, yes.
Japan, they don't always take possession. Even if you look at the Women's World Cup, they had 23% possession and they defeated, was it Spain 4-0?
Yes.
So basically, that's
They played Mourinho style.
Yeah, that's how they play. Even if you look at against Nigeria in the second half, they sat deep. I was even surprised. That's why I said, I guess into BCB. Japan came out in the first half 45 possession against you.
And
they don't
still
play best when they are playing on the all out against you. So I think we should also look out for that game. There might be an upset there. Japan might actually edge that encounter.
Okay,
The first half 0-0.
Yes, it is. It's their play right now 0-0. The defending champions Canada against Germany. Who do you see coming out on top?
I think for Canada, I wasn't expecting them to actually qualify with the deduction.
Yes,
and all.
yes,
So
yes.
seeing them here, I think they have a point to prove.
We are the defending champions. They didn't come to France
so
for nothing.
Germany, can they stop them? I think Canada will still go through.
Okay, France, Brazil, we see Mata. And people say, why is this woman still playing? You don't old already. What is
But she still
happening?
dictated the game
Yes.
against us.
Yes.
Dictated the game a little bit against Japan before Japan got the penalty they missed and they
Yes.
later scored. So basically, I think for
France,
France
Brazil.
should have enough in their
Yes, in the tank.
they should have enough to actually fire at them and then get the points. We had a lot of chances against Brazil. We didn't take it.
We did not.
And France, the French, they are a much better team than us, so they
Yes.
should be able to do something better than us.
Exactly, they should be able to do something better than the Super Falcons of Nigeria. No, be mean to Camo. It was on the analyst. So in case you want to grab somebody, grab him. And that's all we have on Sports Hub today. It has been an amazing time with you listening to us. So don't forget to follow us every weekdays on Sports in the G3, 10 a.m. to 10:20, 10:25, Mondays through Fridays. And on Mondays we have Sports Hub, on Wednesdays Sports Hub, Friday Sports Hub, and today as well Sports Hub 2 to 3 p.m. My name is Oluwatomi Owoborode. Emmanuel, do you want to say something to sport lovers listening to you right now?
Let's just have a fun-filled and fulfilled weekend and always stay fit, stay active, and always do sports.
What about the Nigerian athletes that are going to be competing later this evening? Chukwuebuka Enekwechi is the final.
In the finals of the men
Shot
shot
put,
put. Yeah.
yes.
So and also Rosemary Chukwuma
Semi-finals.
in the semi-finals. I wish them
God,
best.
abeg.
And also our swimmer also
Yeah,
came second.
she came second,
50
but-
meters freestyle.
Yes,
Yeah.
26.6, but she did
So
not move over to the
basically,
next
so
one.
16-year-old. So
Yeah,
the future is bright for her.
She
so
is.
basically, I think I just wish all our athletes the best, and I hope they would actually deliver us something because we are medal starved in Nigeria right now.
We need something to make us smile because everyone is partying. But yes, that's all I have on Sports Up today. Enjoy, because Daniels will be coming right up for Aria Express. Guys, you do not want to miss it. This is Owambe coming to your radio.
The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.